In this tutorial, I'll show you how to make this badge to wheel transition inside DaVinci Resolve. To set up this effect, you'll need to speed ramp your clips like I have. If you are a new editor, check this video to learn speed ramping in DaVinci. Copy the last clip by holding Option and dragging up. Cut the clip and open it in Color Page. Take the oval masking tool and make a mask around the rim. Adjust the softness. Right-click on the node section, choose Add Alpha Output, and connect the blue input to the output. Then open the tracking window and track the mask both ways. Go back to Editing page and compound clip the masked layer. Copy the compound clip and freeze frame it. Position the freeze frame next to the masked clip. Compound clip them together. Copy the first clip like I did and cut it similarly from the beginning and the end. Open the clip in the Color Page. Use the oval masking tool to mask out the badge. Adjust the softness, add alpha output, and connect the blue input to the output. Then open the tracking window and track the mask both ways. Compound clip the masked badge clip. Hold Option and copy the clip next to the original. Go to the first frame of the copied clip and reverse the speed. After that, freeze the frame. Make the freeze frame longer. Combine the two clips with a compound clip. Select all of the clips and create a new Fusion clip. Open the clip in Fusion. Now pay attention. Delete all of the merge nodes and the background node. After that, add a new merge node for each one of the medias. View the media on the left preview screen by pressing on this small circle. Connect the badge clip to the merge 3 and rename it to badge. Then connect the wheel clip to merge 2. Rename it to wheel. Finally, connect the first clip to merge 1 and rename it. Now this is our simple node tree for this effect. You can disconnect the wheel node for now. Add a DVE node between the badge node like I did. Go to the point where you want the badge to start bouncing off and make keyframes for all of the following values. Move to the point where the clips change. And adjust the DVE values so the badge covers the wheel. Open the keyframes window, select the end keyframes and move them closer to the beginning. Then go back to the point where the background clip changes and change Z rotation so we can transition it to the wheel. Connect the wheel node to the merge and disconnect DVE from the other merge. Add another DVE for the rim node. Make a keyframe for Z rotation and change the value to -360. Go a few frames after the clips change and change Z rotation back to 0. Now, if you need to change the timing, do that in the keyframes window. reconnect the badge node. Here I just did some small adjustments to the keyframes like resizing and slight position changing. Find a point where you want the badge to start transitioning. Select the Merge 3 node and make a keyframe for blend. Move forward a few frames and turn blend to 0. I also noticed that the wheel was spinning in a different direction, so I changed the starting value of -360 to +360. After that, open the spline window. Let's start with DVE2, which is the wheel spin. Select both of the points and press S. Then we want it to fade out smoothly, so I will drag from the end to create a smooth ease out. Next one is DVE1, which is the movement of the badge. I'll simply select them all and press S. For the rotation, I will adjust the graph so it eases in smoothly. I'll do the same for Z move since it's the animation for the pop-up. Looks great, but the wheel is showing here in the beginning. Open the keyframes window and trim the clip to the point it should start being visible. You can also keyframe the blend for smooth fade in. I'll stretch the Merge 3 keyframes for longer fading for the badge. Now that the animations are ready, the last step is to add motion blur. Select the DVE node, click on Settings, then Motion Blur. Adjust the settings to your liking. Do the same for the other DVE. Actually, one more thing. Go to Controls on the Badge DVE node and go over to the middle keyframe. Make sure the Z rotation value is the same as in the first keyframe, so it starts spinning once it is popped up. That's basically it.